It's been such a long time since I've been on YouTube. It's been 6 months. Like, what the heck? My clock is really distracting. It's a cat clock. I don't know where to go. And I even followed some directions from a YouTuber, and I got to burn one. You can buy these overseas. You buy 400 of them. You can put your own logo at the bottom. So now you know. You can see, came out absolutely perfect. All this food stuff has made me hungry. Look at that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Julia. I've been doing sublimation for about 20 years now. I try to offer my tips and tricks for you on my videos, and I also been doing about 5 or 6 years worth of commercial embroidery, so I also do that as well. So today I'm going to talk about what does a better job for a full wrap 20-ounce tumbler. Is it the tumbler press? I have a PYD Life tumbler press. Or is it a sublimation oven? And this is a PYD Life sublimation oven. So let's see which one does the better job, or maybe there's no difference. I'll be honest, I'm not liking the tumbler press to do full wrap 20-ounce tumblers. I'm getting what's called gassing out along the bottom edge here. You can see it, the color's faded, and it looks like a white cloud. I'm getting that along the top edge. I'm also getting it along the bottom edge. I'm also getting it on other ones, including this one. I'll show you this one because it actually goes all the way up the tumbler. So I was getting that as well, and you can tell it's not a very clean edge at all. It doesn't look very good. So you can see actually the white line that it left, that was at the seam. I'm getting that gassing out pretty much on every tumbler that I'm doing. In fact, this is like probably the best one, the best print I got on a tumbler. And you can see it slightly up here. It doesn't have to be an entire cloud. Sometimes shows up as like little spots of white, and even along the seam here. So the gas is escaping, and along here you can tell it's not a clean edge right there. Excuse my finger, I actually tattooed it blue with ink. So, anyway, so you get, as you can tell, it's not a clean edge. So you can even see the seam right here too. Doesn't look very good. Now some people are calling this ghosting. Ghosting happens on usually flat items like a mouse pad or fabric, like you see me print my own fabric for my scrunchies. It happens when you're using like a heat press like this, the clamshell heat press behind me, and when you lift it to open it, the transfer on the mouse pad or on the fabric moves ever so slightly and falls back down on it and creates a duplicate image of your original design to create a ghost. So that's what ghosting is. I actually have a video right here, I'll put the link right here, that explains what it is and how to prevent it. So what is gassing out and how does it happen? Sublimation inks, when they're heated up, they create a gas, and that gas wants to escape. So if you have, say, a tumbler and the transfer's not tightly around the tumbler, that gas wants to escape, and you'll see it mostly on the edges because that's where you have tape usually when you're doing a tumbler and a tumbler press. So the gas mostly escapes on the top or around the bottom. Sometimes it does this in the middle because the tape wasn't tight enough for the seam. It can also happen when your tumbler press is not tight enough around the edges. So the gas is escaping that way. So that's where you get the white cloud, and the faded print is on the edges, usually on the edges of a tumbler that you're doing in a tumbler press. Now, I always had a convection oven that I used for my wine tumblers and 20-ounce tumblers and all kinds of other tumblers. I've always used shrink wrap, and I find that shrink wrap really works at preventing the gas from coming out from underneath your transfer. I think it works really well. And since you're not using shrink wrap, or you shouldn't be using shrink wrap with your tumbler press, I think that's why tumbler presses just don't have a more consistent output. So you're getting more chances of getting a gassing out experience on a tumbler. Now, would I use a tumbler press for doing 20-ounce tumblers in the future? Only if I had a design that was kind of like in the middle and not a full wrap design. I'm just not happy with the results I'm getting with, you can tell how many I've actually tried, and I tried like different pressures, I tried different taping methods. Still was getting the same result every time. And there's something with this tumbler press that I noticed with the heating element that may be causing the issue of not doing a maybe a tight wrap around the edges. That might be something I might talk about in another video, because I think it's very important, and probably why maybe your tumbler press doesn't do a very good job on a full wrap like this, like mine. So that might be a future video. So now let's try the sublimation oven and see how that does. No comparison. I just use this tumbler oven. You see me do it, and here is the result. I'll turn it like this so you can actually see the whole thing. This is a pizza one, and it came out perfect. Let me try to, so you can see everything. You can see, came out absolutely perfect. No gassing out, no white spots. The edges are clean. And this is not a, was it continuous pattern? So you're gonna see a slight seam, but that's pretty good, right? So that's the pizza one. It's making me really hungry. I gotta take this off right now. So that's that. And here's my sunflowers. Check that out. Check it out. Let me come back out a little bit. The window's glaring a little bit, but see, can you tell? Can you find the seam? Can't see the seam. Drastic difference from my other ones. The other ones had at least like some kind of gassing at the bottom and at the top. Sometimes a line across the whole thing. But I am actually trying to look for the seam. I don't even see the seam. Oh, there it is. Is that it? Yeah. I think it's right here. I think it's right there. Let me see. Is that it? Yes, that's it. But really, I had to point it out. You can't really see it. So that came out good. That was like my second one or third one using this PYD oven. And here's another one. All this food stuff is making me hungry. Look at that. So it's a cool ice cream one. I think this is a seamless pattern as well. I'm trying to find the seam. Might have to, I'm looking through the telephone lens, so I can't see. I'm gonna have to look. But as you can tell, that top and bottom are perfect. Where is the seam? Oh, it's right there. The seam is right there and you can't see it very well. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? So far a win with the oven. Several wins with the oven. I have not had any gassing out with this oven, or even with my convection oven either in the past. So definitely an oven is the way to go if you want to do like a full wrap like this. Highly recommend it. A tumbler press, you won't get consistent results like this. It depends, again, what kind of tumbler press you have, but what kind of heating element it has. So we'll go over that in another video. But as far as this, here's I like pink and daisies. So I like this particular one. Looks like one of my scrunchies. It's really cool. So I'm trying to find, as it goes around, trying to find the seam. Where is the seam? You're probably like bored with this. I'm like trying to figure this out. There it is. It's right there. I lost it. Okay. It's right here. All the way up. But you can't even see it. You can barely see it. Ta-da! And I'll go over how to do these tumblers so that you get like perfect seams like this in another video as well. Those two videos are coming up, so I just want to let you know. But as you can tell, the oven did awesome. I think it did really good. With the exception of me, like I screwed up. I did a rookie mistake and I did a wine tumbler, but I forgot to mirror the image, so it's backwards. But it happens, right? So anyway, I did this wine tumbler perfect as well. So I did a few of those. Oh, I actually gave them away already. So it's my last one, the screwed up one. So I'll keep it for myself. But anywho, yes, the oven wins. So if you have only like $230 in your pocket and you're wondering, should you get a tumbler press or should you buy one of these? This was like $230 or $240 on Amazon right now. This is the 27-liter one. They have a bigger one. It's a 41. But that's like $400. But this one costs like $230 or $229. I want to say $229 or $239. So if you have the option to go either with a tumbler press or the oven, definitely go with the oven. You can do a lot more stuff in it, which I'll show you in future videos. All those are coming your way. Oh yeah, I forgot I did those up there too. I did those last night. So with the exception of me screwing up the pattern, but this is obviously not a seamless pattern. So where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. There it is. I see it on my side. So it's obviously not a seamless pattern because you get a tail coming out of a tummy of a cat, and yeah. So anyway, yeah. So this is, I did a bunch of these last night. I actually was trying different colors with the cats and stuff, so that's why I have so many, but these also came out perfect. Every single one. See these bigger cats than this one. So I was just playing with the design a little bit, but even on these. And I made a different width. That's why you see a white line. Okay, this is not gassing out, by the way. This perfect straight white line that you see, if you can see it, I'm trying to get it so you can see it. That's me just screwing up with the template. I didn't make it wide enough. So it did have a little white line, straight line. And you can tell that it was a template because it's perfectly straight. It's not like a cloud. So it's me just screwing up with the template, basically. But the rest of the tumbler came out awesome. So if I didn't screw up the template, it would have been just fine. So yeah, so I did a bunch of cat ones. Like I said, I tried different colors with the cats, and every single one came out perfect. So grab another one. I didn't like the colors of the cats on this one, so but as you can tell, I changed the colors. And with this particular one, so these are skinny edge tumblers, and they have a classic 20-ounce skinny tumbler that has like a rounded bottom right here. This one doesn't. It has a very straight edge. So I had a template for the rounded one, which is slightly smaller than this one. So I was using that slightly smaller template with this one, which is why I have a straight white line again. So if you're using the skinny edge tumblers, which are different from, they're kind of like the new version of the 20-ounce classic tumbler, that they are slightly bigger. So very slightly, as you can tell. So yeah, so if you have a template for the 20-ounce classic skinny tumbler, then they'll be slightly short for these. There you have it. The winner is the oven, Sublimation oven. I think these came out really good. In fact, I think my convection oven wouldn't do this good. I mean, my convection oven did well, but I think it wasn't as consistent as this. So shop around when you buy these on, like, say, Amazon. This is a PYD Life. It was, I believe, $239. There's a Craft Express one, and it's the same oven. It's a 27 liter, but it's a little bit higher in price. That's mainly because you can actually buy these overseas. Don't tell anybody. You can buy these overseas. You buy 400 of them. You can put your own logo at the bottom. So now you know. Anyway, so shop around if you're thinking of getting a sublimation oven like this. Like I said, you can just get a convection oven. If you don't have $240 or so to buy one of these, get a convection oven. Make sure it's convection, not toaster, because you want the air circulation inside on a convection oven to get good results, at least for one tumbler at a time. I got a Hamilton Beach. It was, like you've seen, it was very manual. It was kind of a pain because it wasn't digital. So if you can get a digital convection oven at, say, like Walmart or wherever, even Amazon, then go with that. And then get the sublimation oven. I think this is more consistent, though, than a convection oven. Just my personal experience. Could have been just the Hamilton Beach I had because it was an old convection oven. So anyway, yes. So sublimation oven, the winner.